Hey everyone, it's April again from Ward White Sotheby's International Realty. I am back with Kaylee Edwards. She is a professional organizer. We have been chatting about moving from one house into your new home, and we are chatting right now about selling versus recycling versus donating. And those are three things that you can do with some of your items that perhaps you don't want to take with you into your new home. So you can sell, you can donate, or you can recycle. So Kaylee is going to tell us 2 or 3 places how she recommends selling items. I know I can go in my closet and still find things that have a tag on them, and those are perfect things that you might want to try to sell. So give us your 2 or 3 favorite places to sell clothing at.
Love it. There's a lot of them nowadays, and I think a lot of people are following the hopefully growing trend of upcycling items and recycling your clothing, and typically just shopping with used clothing and thrifting in general. I would imagine there's a couple of favorites of mine that I think are pretty accessible to everyone. The first one that we chatted about was Instagram. We all have a community. Maybe some of you even have a following out there. If you do, that's wonderful. But you can use the folks that you already know and have in hand, and it doesn't have to be, professional photo shoot for your clothing. It could be simple shots of you posting that you are actually selling or donating your items. That can be as simple as that. That's a great platform to let folks know that you are letting go of things. Another one that is very popular, of course, is Poshmark. It is very, very saturated now, but it's still a very useful tool, and a lot of apps actually you can sync up your account on multiple platforms, not just, let's say, Poshmark. You can add Mercari or ThreadUp. There's so many different ways that you can sell used items. And I know recycling is something that's extremely important to a lot of folks out there. Of course, you can recycle old items, but when it comes to clothing, there's definitely a couple of different options.
What is appropriate to donate? We're gonna list some places at the Jersey Shore that we really like for donations. But I just wanted her to chat about a little bit as when you're going through, how do you decide, after you decide what you're going to get rid of, what is actually able to be donated?
Yes. So if it's past its expiration date, figuratively and literally, you're going to toss the things that have passed that expiration date, of course. That's really important, especially with like medicines or food or perishables. You want to toss those. But for everything else that's kind of up in the air, maybe older socks, undergarments, things that you're not sure, depending on the condition that they're in, there are companies that will take those older fabrics in and they will upcycle them. So organizations that come to mind to recycle old clothing, older items would be Restore the Shore, Habitat for Humanity. That's a great location. Goodwill, the Madonna House, local organizations and businesses also do clothing swaps. So maybe that's something you could start in your circle of friends, family members, instead of, trashing those items so they don't wind up in, an old dumpster or a landfill. Being really mindful of our planet, we want to make sure that they're landing in the right place. So a great way to do that, especially with the holidays coming around, would be a clothing swap with your friends and family.
That's great. And also, we were talking a lot about clothes, but a lot of times you can also donate furniture. And if it's in good shape, sometimes they'll come and they'll actually get it for you. You have to check if they'll do that. We talked about recycling. I know H&M, you could bring your stuff over to H&M to recycle, and there are other ways to do it as well. So if you have, a t-shirt that has holes in it, that isn't wearable, there are places that will take that material. The SPCA in Eatontown, they have their own consignment shop there, but they will also take linens, like old towels, old sheets, because they use that for the animals in the spaces that they're kept. So that's a great place to bring like your old towels, your old sheets that, you know, nobody wants to use anymore. They are happy to have them there. In fact, they are always in need. So that's always a place that you can take that stuff to.
Oh, definitely. It's a really good idea. And I think something also when it comes to physically packing your items, let's say you do have older linen and towel, you can also use that to pack some of your more delicate or fragile items, dishes, mugs, etc. You can wrap those when you're moving and you're packing, and then once you land, donate them to wonderful organizations like that.
That's a great idea too. Yeah. All right. Well, thank you so much, Kaylee, for helping me with this video.
Thank you for
I'm
having
going
me.
to drop Kaylee's information below. If you are looking for a personal organizer or you need some help, you can reach out to her. And thank you for joining us.